Hello, it's McFluffy here, back with another video of Brothers War action. I'm really happy with this deck. It's a Gruul Artifact deck, sort of built around Teething Wurmlet, uh, inspired mainly off of that. I think it's just such a unique, and I think it's going to see a lot of play. It's very powerful. Gaining life, I think people kind of write that off. With this deck, you can gain a ton of life, and yeah, basically, whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, you under your control, you gain 1 life, and if this is the first time it's resolved, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So, if you can put an artifact into battlefield in your opponent's turn, you have a chance to hit that first time this turn ability another time. But basically, using Teething Wurmlet as well as many other cards to get as many artifacts into play. What other things work well with artifacts coming into play? Of course, Dragonspark Reactor. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, well, whenever it or an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on it, and then you can pay for, sacrifice it, shoot the opposing player in the face, as well as shoot down one of their creatures. Really good card in this deck, especially with another secret power card in this deck, which is Bootleggers Stash. This card, I feel like, hasn't seen that much play, but I think in this set, and in this deck particular, this card puts in a ton of work. You can just be tapping your lands to gain 1 life with Teething Wurmlet, putting an artifact into play, getting a +1 counter if you haven't gotten that yet. Creating treasure tokens is also just nice because it fixes your mana. And then it works well with Dragonspark Reactor. You put a bunch of counters on Dragonspark Reactor. You tap a land, create a treasure, put a counter on Dragonspark, and you get a counter on Wurmlet, and you still can use that mana because the treasure doesn't enter tapped. Yoshia declares war. This is just a nice card to have in there to create a Thopter. The second ability is the most important ability, so sometimes you'll just read ahead. Tap any number of artifacts you control, and it deals it deals damage to target player or creature equal to those number of untapped artifacts that you tap. And then other sources of artifacts entering the battlefield. Other utility come from Gala Greeters. This card, just a really good card. You don't have a lot of creatures in this deck, but this card combos so nicely, so nicely with Stimulus Package, because it has Alliance, and then choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. You can do this on your turn as well as the opponent's turn. So what you do is you have a treasure token from Stimulus Package, you sack it to create a creature, and then that creates a tap treasure token. And then you can repeat that on the opponent's turn. If you have more than one of these, this starts getting really crazy. It works well with Bootleggers, or Stimulus Package works well with Bootleggers Stash because you can turn all those lands into tap, create a 1/1 after creating a treasure token. Thran Spider, it's nice, it has reach, it has a large amount of toughness, and it creates a Power Stone token for you and your opponent. Power Stone token is generally going to be more useful for you since you're playing more big artifacts. If it's turn 3, sure, the Power Stone token for your opponent might be a problem, but certainly not quite as good as a Power Stone token for you. So yeah, this card has the potential to screw you over, but this also it's an artifact and it creates an artifact, so trigger Teething Wurmlet twice, you gain 2 life, or Dragonspark Reactor twice, put 2 counters on it. And then it says pay 7, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, and you may reveal an artifact card from them and put it into your hand. So that's just another tool to dig for your Dragonspark Reactor, your Bootlegger Stash, or your Portal to Phyrexia. Stimulus Package, nice for ramping, already talked about it. Karn Living Legacy, kind of a meme, creates a Power Stone token. He might not seem that great. I just felt like I crafted him. I want to throw him in this deck. He helps to ramp. We get to use those Power Stone tokens really well because, well, it's a charge counter for the Reactor. It's something for the Teething Wurmlet. And then it helps us ramp. This also, I think, Karn is nice because even if he just gets beat down the following turn, it's sort of like create a Power Stone, gain 5 life in a way. That's like the kind of worst to sort of okay-ish way this card plays out. The -1 though, if you just like top deck this after only having like a bootlegger stash left, like say they wipe the board, you only have a bunch of Power Stone tokens and bootlegger stash creating you a bunch of treasures. Well, then you play this and you pay 1 and you search through like the top 10 of your cards and you pick out your best card, the winning card. You pick out the Portal of Phyrexia, and then you just go off from there. So it's nice because that -1 can be really powerful if you just have a bunch of mana lying around, which sometimes you do, especially if you're just if the game ends up a little bit dirtling, particularly after a board wipe. And then I'm not gonna try and pronounce the name, but this is a really nice card. It creates 3 Power Stones, triggers Teething Wurmlet 3 times, so that's 3 life. It triggers Dragonspark Reactor 3 times, 3 extra counters. It also ramps you, and it gains 3 life statically, or like as part of the card, so that's really, really good. And then Portal's Phyrexia, just play it, wipe the opponent's creatures, and get going. So let's see how we can do. The mana base is a bit of a mess of whatever rare lands that I have, and mix of. Do I have force? Yeah, force. So let's see how we can do. I've been trying to come up with some interesting decks. I think this is probably the most compelling deck that I've made over the past day or so. And I think it's the most fun. Because it's really cool just to see Dragonspark Reactor and stuff go off. I think we'll try keeping this one. I don't think it's really that good, but we'll play Dragonspark Reactor into Yotia. Yoshia. Yoshia declares war. Or we'll play Thran Spider, because that's 2 counters in Dragonspark. So, it is very sad when they remove your Dragonspark. I think that's why, like, if you can, it's nice to hold up 4 mana, so if they go in for the removal, you can still get some value out of it. I was pretty impressed with this deck's performance. I actually managed to beat Mono Blue Haughty Jin, so I think there is something to be said about having reach on the Thran Spider and just all the artifacts you can create. It's crazy. They have Commando. That's a bit of a mess for us. It does have to sacrifice. You can get rid of our Dragonspark Reactor here. Bit of a sad thing, but if he gets rid of it, we can just keep going on the rest of the plan. If I can get like Stimulus Package out here, get some more artifacts on the battlefield, and then play Yotia, Declares War. Ultimately, you can just try and keep the treasures there, or keep everything going, and see if we can ramp into Portal. I know there were some cards from Brothers War that like enter, or like creature cards that enter and create a Power Stone. I was considering playing those in this deck, but I think it's better to have the sort of cards that I have here, where just a creature that enters and gives a Power Stone is just, it's not enough value. You're getting more value if you like through like the Dragonspark Reactor and such. Okay, how much mana do I have? I have 7 mana as it stands. I could just play Yotia. Tempted to do it just so that I can shoot down the Cathar Commando, but might just hold back. Yeah, the Cathar Commando is probably going to sacrifice to get rid of something, so yeah, here you go. Yep. So that is a good reason not to do that. He should have waited until my end step. Sorry. Of course, they immediately realized. I hate that when you're like, oh, I was so close. Alright, so we need to draw another land, and then we're 2 turns away from Phyrexia. Or, not this upcoming turn, but the following turn I'll be able to play it. Phyrexia, fear me. Oh, he is playing a kind of white tokens deck. which is strange. Very, very strange. Once this turns, each turn rather. So that's a nice. I like that combo. Playing Resolute Reinforcements with Tocasia's Welcome. Though I don't know why you'd play Tocasia's Welcome when you can play the Vampire, Welcoming Vampire. It's a 2/3 flyer with a very, very similar similar effect. Alright, I think we're just gonna create the Thopter. No need to go super crazy immediately. We're one land draw away from. Oh wait, no, we got the land draw. So we're one turn away from Portal Phyrexia, so we can remove something with this next turn, which I'll have. Ooh, I'll only be able to remove something with 2 toughness because ideally I keep the ideally I keep the mana untapped so I can just play Portal Phyrexia. Admittedly, Tocasia's Welcome is a bit better than Welcoming Vampire in this deck because it's not a creature, so I can't steal it from them. But you can see how we didn't really get the huge artifact synergies off this game, but we managed to just ramp. Enough ramp that on turn 6 we'll be playing Portal Phyrexia, which isn't crazy. It's not crazy. It's better than nothing though. So yeah, we should be able to shoot something down with Yotia Declares War. And if he can kill anything, that's better than... Yeah, there we go. If we can kill something, that means that we wipe their entire board, which is very, very good. Very, very good. Probably kill their token, I think. My turn. Yeah, okay. This is really good. Double portal to Phyrexia, back-to-back portals is very, very painful. But I don't have the mana for it. That's awkward. Whatever. Valiant Veteran. I could get rid of Resolute Reinforcements. I don't think they have any reanimation stuff, but I'm gonna get rid of the Valiant Veteran because put my thinking cap on a little bit and see. He can't do anything, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he does have 1 mana. He does have 1 mana. I'll give him that. I will be able to actually use the Thran Spider's ability next turn, even if since I'm going to be using the 2 treasures I used to cast this, I can get away with actually using the Thran Spider ability to try and ramp into or hit a useful card. Because I'm kind of at the will of my top decks now. So I can make this flyer into a 4/4 and swing in with Yotia Declares War. So this not a very flashy card, but it's already putting, like, you can see the work it puts in for 2 mana. Creates a blocker, an artifact, shoots, like, does damage, so it's target removal. Target. Oh, intriguing. I do like that there's so many, like, artifact tokens running around. That makes me do, it really does make me want to craft the, Star Commando. Does he have the mana to do it? He does. So we're not picking up the Valiant Veteran because he can buff it. The flyer is basically the best thing. Okay. Good to know. Resolve. You gotta draw. This is gonna be a creature. I think I don't actually activate the Thran Spider here. I just ramp. Though I ramp them, which is bad. Mind you, it's bad. It's just... Who can resist? But admittedly, I hate spiders. Like, I hate spiders in real life. But this does not look... It's like 4 legs. It's hardly a spider. What is that in this? Is that a Thopter in like the foreground though? Kind of funny. All right. So if I top deck a land, I can play another Portal to Phyrexia, wipe their board again. If not, I can Thran Spider and then maybe play a creature. Well, no. None of my creature are. Well, I could Thran Spider into another Thran Spider, maybe? No. I would have to. Yeah, I would have to just Thran Spider, use the ability, and find another artifact, which I would play the following turn. Okay, that's not great for us, but it's doable. You have enough mana to cast that, or exile that from your graveyard. Mainly, it's a bit annoying that he's removed a bunch of stuff from his graveyard. Because my portal is getting worse. And it's annoying that he creates a bunch of tokens, but... Okay, bro. What is the plan, Stan? Yeah? I don't know why he... Okay. That's good. Shoot. Yeah, I just kind of have to force play this. Though, if I destroy one of his tokens, wait a turn, I can potentially go and get his mural off the battlefield. But if I wait a turn, he creates a bunch more tokens because it attacks in. So I think we just wipe the board with this, swing in with what I can, or the Skystrike officer in particular. Yep, by goes all the tokens, Skystrike officer. Create my own token, keep the party rolling. Oh, this has been a grindy match. They're gonna struggle. Unless they have more of those return from the graveyard cards, they're gonna struggle against okay, now that is disgusting. I do need to like triple block this mural just to make sure it dies. But he kind of wants to attack in with it to actually get value off of it. It's just not strong enough. Because I can block it with a Cathar Commando, send that back into their library, or back into the graveyard, pick it up again, or send the Thran Spider into there. Yeah. We kill the mural and then they just have a bunch of 1/1s. So. Bootleggers Stash. Okay. I think we do this. We're not top decking very well. I could Thran Spider to try and reach into the library more. What is the best move action? I think. Do I have any board wipes? I don't have any board wipes. I just need to like. Yeah, I need to hit a Dragonspark Reactor. Though, if I do that the following turn, no, we'll get a. Let's see what we get. Nope. Okay. That's kind of a massive L. I wouldn't want to attack him with this. This gives me another creature. What do I have? Oh, I have like the ability to blow up their artifact with the Cathar Commando. I guess I can do that before the start of my turn if Cathar Commando dies. Yep. Everything's very big. I'm surprised you're playing Takasi as a welcome in such a deck. Yeah, I'm just attacking with a mural at this point. You have these stuffs. I will blow up. We'll just do this, I think. Is that enough damage? What could he do? Do you think he's playing combat tricks? I don't see why he would be playing combat tricks. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's not playing combat tricks and go for this. I take 10 damage. It's fine. Oh, he has a flash blowout. Alright, well. He's playing soldiers. And he's winning. Sure, target artifact land. Oh. You just see how Mural is crazy. Crazy broken. Just play Mural, bro. Oh my goodness, how hard was it to find one of these? Bing. Bing. Bing, bing, bing. Draw. Alright, well. Did not make it. Managed to make it quite over the top there. Out and tokened our portal. Soldiered their way through. Bit sad, but let's see if we can actually get a Teething Wurmlet. Because that's when this deck really goes crazy. Once we can start gaining life with the Teething Wurmlet, we can take some pretty significant beats without worrying. Like, we would have been significantly higher health. But you can see how the Thran Spider, the ability on it's not that good in this deck just because we don't have really enough artifacts to activate it. Let's see. Let's guess what they're going to be. I think they're going to be playing like mono black. They have kind of ominous looking sleeve. Okay, not mono black, but Gruul. Or not Gruul. Rakdos. So practically the same thing. No, I'm joking. Okay, so we want to curve out into this, and then one of these, and then play this. I think that's our ideal goal. Just get a land, play another Dragonspark, play the Simius package next turn, pump both Dragonsparks, play the Fallaji Excavation. I think this card's cool. Do I think it's good? Nothing like some aggro. If we draw another land, we can convert our token, or we can convert our treasures into creatures to block. Do you have a red counterspell? Okay. Have they never seen it before? Like, I don't know why they're holding up Frya so much. I don't know if I've ever seen people play Dragonspark Reactor Stimulus Package. I think Dragonspark was more of like, oh, let's use blood tokens to really make it pop off. So I think this is kind of unique in a way. Have we scared them away? Yeah, the plan is play this, the Fallaji Excavation. The Fallaji Excavation. Excavation. Ugh. English is hard. If he swings in, we create 2 tokens. Sniper. Gonna shoot me in the face. He's just playing a weird artifact aggro deck, I guess. It's not Anvil. Resolve. Pass to attackers. I can do this before it says pass, or like blockers. So I can do this. Boom. I think we sacrifice and double block the Sokas and Smelter. The 3-1's easy to kill at any time. The Sokas and Smelter is what's creating all these problems. Yeah, beginning your combat. So you can convert like blood tokens into a dangerous. We'll use this. We got Karn. We can play Karn and then down tick him pretty like immediately afterwards to try and get or dig for deep and see if we can find something. Honestly, I should probably be trying to mulligan hands until I have at least a Gala Greeters or a Wurmlet, I think. I had a really amazing game. I wish I was recording with this deck where I had like 3 Wurmlets. I had the stimulus package. I had the the Bootleggers Stash. Okay, here we go. We can play this into a stimulus package into a Karn or something. No, we can't play a Karn off of it. Okay. Could play this into a Karn, uptick the Karn to get a Power Stone, or I don't know if we really want to do that. If I play this, I play a Karn, I can go tick down and go 3 into the deck and see if I can find something useful. If I play a stimulus package, I think we could play this into a stimulus package so we have some chump blockers, and that will probably be good enough, and then we can use a Dragonspark maybe to shoot something down. Though admittedly, I just want to hold on to the Dragonspark reactors as long as possible so I can blow them up next turn. So I think we play this, we play the stimulus package. If we need to, we use the stimulus package as chump blockers. Show me the red counter spell. The Teething Wurmlet has Death Touch because there's 3 or more artifacts. I forgot to mention that. It does get Death Touch, which is very cool. Making it a really good blocker. And then... Oh, yep. Read it, read it. I mean, I could pop one of these and then use 1 blocker. Or use Teething Wurmlet. I think that's honestly probably worth it. Just go ahead, target him, target Professional Facebreaker so they don't get any more value out of that. Because it has Menace, so it's going to be hard for us to block. And then next turn we can go ahead and Stimulus Package. Or on their turn we can go ahead and crack the treasure if necessary to chump block, or we can just try and see what we can tank. 2 mana up, Volt Surge, yep. Okay. Let's no burn on our face. Why is it timing me out as they were casting that Volt Surge? I think the timer was going down as it was doing the animation, which is a bit annoying. So I can play Karn, tick up Karn, and then I think this is worth ultimately. They might have a burn spell, which in that case it's less burn to the face. They might have it as like a targeted burn, but still. If we grab like if we get a Thran Spider or something, maybe then we can actually just KO them pretty easily. Or if we get another stimulus package, we have a decent chance of KOing them. Interesting. He's just kind of going wide with artifact creatures. Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah. I forgot this card existed. They're all tapped. Okay, that's a bit more awkward. But oops. Please don't burn me out. Okay, he could have mechanized warfare, and then we're in a pickle. But as long as he doesn't have mechanized warfare, as long as he doesn't gain more than like 1 or 2 life, should be fine. If he has an abrade here, we weep because he abrades the Dragonspark. But you can see how like abrade with or Dragonspark with Fallaji Excavation. The 3-tap Power Stones is really like not a bad thing because it's 3 artifact triggers. Okay. They don't have lethal, and okay, we can just kill them or we could portal. The answer is let's actually hold on. Let's see if they're holding anything up. We'll play this, create a Power Stone just as insurance. I'm not doing this to troll. I just really don't want them to gain like 1 life and we cry.
Piece by piece, our victory will come together.
I don't know why you would have anything to gain life,
The Thran
but I am just
stands to
fretful. We're committed to our Power Stones. We'll kill this. Menace. And it grows as they get more constructs. Admittedly, this isn't a construct. This isn't a construct. Like, if you're gonna play Dollhouse of Horrors, at least put like artifact constructs and like play Patchwork Automaton. Patchwork Automaton with Dollhouse of Horrors is crazy. Boom. I'm telling you, these Dragonspark engines have gotten even better in this set. That was a really close one. I think that was a good depiction of finding a win with this deck. It wasn't a pretty game in the sense that we just stomped, but okay, this is a good hand. That's okay. That's debatable. Okay, well, we're just gonna hope to draw into some low cost. Yeah, there you go. It's fine. Are they gonna have cut down? Nice thing is like the few creatures we do play, like the Teething Wurmlet, the Gala Greeters, is that they're just so like high value creatures that as long as we can stick one through the removable, we can at least get some value out of them. Alright, I'm gonna actually play the Dragonspark Reactor here because it's an artifact triggers Teething Wurmlet, it triggers itself. And we play Gala Greeters. Already gained the life. Glad that we get to see Teething Wurmlet in action this game. Hopefully it doesn't die now. I do need to grow it like one more before it's out of cut down range. But it's always in Infernal Grasp range, and it's also Go for the Throat. Okay, somebody's playing Light Up the Night. Interesting. Okay, we'll play Gala Greeters maybe, and then play Thran Spider next turn. Because I don't really have a 4-cost play, and definitely no 4-cost artifact play. Thran Spider would give us a Power Stone. This will trigger the Gala Greeters and itself, and well, and Dragonspark. Okay, okay. Are we playing a domain deck? Looks like they're playing at least 4 color. No, they're 5 color. They've completed the domain. Alright. We grab ourselves a treasure token. As a domain deck, I don't think they're going to get much out of the, They don't have any flashers, I don't think, so. I don't think they're going to get much out of the Power Stone. The treasure token should allow us to play the Excavation, which is nice, which will lend us into a Portals of Phyrexia pretty shortly after, if we can top deck a land. Looks like they're eyeing up our Dragonspark Reactor, which is, I guess, good for us, because that means we can just portal, and hopefully they'll use their removal on it. Reading Thran Spider, or just dismayed about the reach. Honestly, I think Thran Spider is like a decent card. Probably the best artifact matters ramp style card. Or one of those. Jaya. Jaya.
Things are getting heated.
What the heck?
I'm here to get out there and blaze a path.
Enters the battlefield under control, but short transfer hits player and deals that one damage to target creature. Tear asunder. Bye bye. Okay, well, that's funny. You want to know why that's funny? That sucks. Okay, we're slightly up in life. We can top deck a land, we portal to Phyrexia, and we start putting pressure on this stuff. Unfortunately, they're playing a wacky deck. They're, do they have Chaotic Transformation? They should put Chaotic Transformation in that deck. There's really no downside to it. Oh, put like 2 Titans of Industry, or like a Titan of Industry, and put a Chaotic Transformation or something. Maybe it's not a good idea. But if you're playing around tokens, okay, Silverback Elder, that's huge. Do they have another creature spell? Oh no. Okay. Karn. Oh no. Oh boy. They have quite a bit of removal. Tower Slender, Light Up the Night, and then Silverback Elder is going to be taking our board apart here shortly. He's probably going to go for the Thran Spider off of the Silverback Elder trigger, assuming he has a creature in hand. Because it says whenever he casts a creature, which is a bit of a non-though with the Jaya, because it puts creatures into onto the battlefield, and she also creates things that have prowess, so you want non-creature spells. His prowess is whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Yes, yes, yes. Don't think about it. And then attack with everything. Attack with everything. Attack with everything. Please. Please. Don't create another token. Please. Don't create another token.
Who needs the sun when you've got me around?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
We must regroup and
Oh
reconstruct.
no. Target artifact enchantment non-basic land. Ugh. Oh, they're gonna kill everything but Silverback Elder. Play another creature. Blow up the portal. I am very sad. But we have to play it, because there's no other play. We'll play Boseiju. We don't really have any good targets. Because then if we draw another land, we can play Dragonspark Reactor and then another portal. And then I think we'll maybe have weeded our way out of a sad death. But we're gonna take a beat here, no matter what he sacrifices. It's like 5 damage minimum. What? Oh yeah, this is when he does damage to a return target card from graveyard to battlefield, or not battlefield, hand. Oh no, he's gonna take his freaking Silverback Elder back. Silverback Elder. Play it. Get it back. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. You know you want to. You really want to play it. I know you really want to play it. Yes. Yes, yes. You really want to play it. Trust me. Okay. He's creating a few too many tokens for my for my taste. I'm not gonna lie. Teething Wurmlet. I think I got Teething Wurmlet here, honestly. Big fan of it. Okay, okay. Okay, how much mana do we have? Was it QQ? $11. Cool. Boom. Bum bum. Boom. Bum bum. Bum bum. Boom. Boom Diacta. I love that song. When it was I think it was a Super Bowl commercial from like Discovery Channel. Very entertaining. Boom Diacta. Alright. Okay, let's read this. I don't like the fact that I don't know if there's a way to do that, but I don't like the fact that if you like mouse over cards it lights them up. Because I don't want to like give away my plans, but sometimes I want to read cards, you know? Discreetly read cards. There might be a setting on how to adjust that. Get an emblem whenever you cast a red or interest spell, copy it twice. Honestly, has decent abilities. Okay, hold on. You're good here. Bonus great. We go Silverback Elder here, do we not? Like gain 4 life. I think also like one of the biggest bodies, right? So like, that's a bit more awkward. Okay. Okay. Please don't hurt me. He's gonna swing in. I'm only gonna be able to block 3 things, so that means he's gonna hit in with like maybe 2, 3 threes. That's 9 damage. We're looking at 9 damage most likely, roughly around there, depending on how we block with Teething Wurmlet. He might have a just straight up kill spell for Teething Wurmlet, and then he has this thing. I don't know what Light Up the Night does. Flashback, remove X loyalty counters. If you cast this, X can't be 0, so you can remove like 4 loyalty counters, shoot down a Teething Wurmlet. That deals X+1 if that target is a creature planeswalker. So you can shoot people in the face. Oh,
Light them up.
that is a good combo. That is, her nice, dude. I like it. I didn't even think about it. Her migration with Jaya. You just bomb down like their blockers. It makes like the creature advantage even more insane, and then throw on top of that, you get an emblem whenever you cat like if you can emblem it. So that's 412. And then I definitely need to block this. Well, this is the best blocks I can offer, I think. 'Cause the prowess creature Most likely to get pumped. Burn spell. Just straight to the face. Pow, pow. That was a really cool deck that they're playing. I would have. I don't think I would have ever thought of that. I think there was some non-bows. I think he should. He definitely has a, or they definitely have like a really good idea with like herd migration and Jaya. I think those play really well together. Because just like the down tick with Jaya plays really well with having a bunch of creatures. Having a bunch of creatures is great with planeswalkers. You block them unless they're flying. I think maybe what you do is you do that and you play Burn Down the House. Alright, we're gonna keep this. We got Teething Wurmlet, we got Gala Greeters. Still haven't really gone off exactly as I hoped. So I'll see if we can get it going. We have a really good curve here. We have Gala Greeters, Thran Spider. It is a bit of annoying, or a bit annoying that Gala Greeters does not trigger Teething Wurmlet. Why is it not an artifact? Come on. New Capenna, you're slacking. Are we just playing Tree Folks? No attacks. I think we might just take our beats if it comes down to it. Aw, man. Well, it's a good game. I do think there's something to be said about just like milling and playing those cards that have like, oh, uh, if you have this many cards in your graveyard, do this. I do want to see if I can make use of that one. I think it's like Sky Spinner Spider or like like this what is green black the combo called? It reminds me of Binding of the Old Gods. There's a spider that says if you sacrifice a creature, destroy non-land permanent, and then when it dies, you can exile it, and if you do exile it, gain life equal to the number of creatures in your graveyard. Which I think is I think it has a potential just to be like a good card in a sort of like green-black mid-range mill or something. I don't know. It plus Rutstein, old Rutstein, maybe. Got a lot of triggers coming up for the Dragonspark. Um, Thran Spider, create power stones that we can use to play Bootleggers Stash. If you guys have any, if you guys have any ideas for decks, please let me know down in the comments. Aww, comments down below. I'd love to hear, or what you would have done slightly differently, or done differently with this deck. If we draw a land, we can play Gala Greeters into Thran Spider, which is nice. I don't know if they'll be able to make use of these power stones. I hope not. It's a bit terrifying. There is like one particular thing to note with like Thran Spider. You play on your turn, it's a tap power stone for you, but then they have the power stone untapped on their turn, which is, you know, a bit concerning, right? But ramping, ramping. So we should be able to play Bootlegger Stash here shortly. By shortly I mean next turn. Turn 5 Bootlegger Stash? Maybe? No, turn 4? I don't know. No, that's his turn 4. I didn't ramp out any lands. The turn 5, not really that impressive. But we can play it without cracking our treasure, which is cool. Or we could just play it and create a treasure with one of our lands, cracking the treasure. There it is! Skyfisher Spider. That's the card I was talking about. That exactly is the card I was talking about. Okay, we can play Karn. I think honestly Karn might be the play here. Though if we play Bootleggers Stash, we have a play for no. We play Bootleggers Stash. No attacks. But yeah, I think this card is really cool. It's got reach. It's a 3/3. It's a good body. It's a little bit overcosted at 4, I would say. But if it was 3, it would be probably pretty good. By pretty good, I mean too good. Okay, well, I'm glad that ate the Terra Thunder. I guess this guy is a big fan of Terra Thunder. So how close are we to this Phyrexian, or Portal to Phyrexia? Well, he can exile the Skyfisher, so perhaps we don't really want to go for it, but we can tick up and see if we can get the emblem. I've gotten the emblem once before. The emblem, I don't know who programs this game, but I feel like they could do some things to make it just nicer to play. The emblem says you can emblem tap an untapped artifact you control. It deals 1 damage to any to any target permanent. Um, I guess we won't be getting the emblem. Don't exile it. It's not worth. Yeah, that's right. It ain't worth. It ain't worth. Just kidding. Hmm. Could play Teething Wurmlet, immediately have it buffed up. There's compelling argument for that. And then maybe they play another creature. We're gonna do this. It's a big greed. I'll admit. I am a greedy person. But I think it's worth. We're not doing anything else. Okay, now we gave away our play a little bit. Oopsies. Oops. But, hey. At least we can get back. It isn't. Ooh, he's got the mill land, Argoth. He's maybe playing a Titania. What is black green called? Okay, I'm gonna Google this now. I'll be right back. Googling. MTG black green. I'm a bad player for not knowing. Golgari. Oh my goodness. I just realized my music stopped. What? It said video pause. Continue watching. Diagraph rebirth. What are you gonna do? Okay, that provides value. Exile. Why aren't you exiling, bro? I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Am I gonna complain? No. I will gladly take your creatures. Yeah, that's right. Oh no, this is okay. Maybe Portal to Phyrexia with this card is crazy because you can get it back, enters the battlefield, sack another creature. You just have endless removal. That's crazy. I was gonna remove my portal. That's fine. I have another. That's the one thing he doesn't know is I have a second. Or maybe I hold off. Yeah, no. He's doesn't really matter. Well, he'll return that and then remove it again, I think. No, he doesn't have enough. He only has 5 mana, 6 mana at best. So we can get 1 turn out of it. But that is a cool combo. Skyfisher Spider, Portal to Phyrexia. New deck. This buffs Teething Wurmlet, so it's worth. I'm coping. It's worth. I mean, if he just tries to remove the Portal of Phyrexia, he's going to be losing out on things. And if he doesn't remove the Portal of Phyrexia, He's gonna be losing out on things because I'll just get the Skyfisher, yep, Skyfisher Spider back, sack the Gala Greeters or something, or remove whatever he has. Oh my goodness, that is such a cool combo. I love Portal Phyrexia because it it's like brewing a deck on the spot. You're like, what creature do I take? Okay, this will be last game. This already made the video pretty long. But yeah, maybe you might see a Skyfisher Spinneret, I think is the card called. Skyfisher Spinneret deck, Portal Phyrexia deck, coming from me soon. What's green Abzan? Green, white, red is Abzan. I think we just play this, because if we draw an artifact creature, like if we draw a spider, we can just play the spider out. That was a ramp. But you can see how these Power Stone ramp, throwing in the Wurmlet on top of this Power Stone ramp, it just kind of creates a... The Wurmlet provides sort of a stall, so that you can get away with just playing... Or just ramping with Power Stones. The Power Stones heal you for one each time they come into the battlefield. I haven't gotten to the Bootleggers Stash Wurmlet combo, where you just like tapping your lands for life. Or you're not even tapping them, you're just using your lands for life, because you create a treasure token which you can immediately use for... Okay. That's an interesting maneuver. I won't complain. But I'm happy just to chill here and dirtle and ramp.
Every power stone fuels our
Admittedly, it would be nice to draw another land so I can play this excavation and then ramp into the portal. He's playing, I didn't even realize, he's playing Esper, so he's probably got a lot of removal. Is there any mass return cards in Standard? No, I don't think so. There was that card in the Baldur's Gate Commander thing where it was like Ascent of something. It was the white Ascent card. Yeah, here we go. The white Ascent card, and it's like pay X and then 3 white or something, and then return any number of creatures X mana value X or less, sort of. I think it was any number of permanents X or less. I think it may have been any number of permanents X or less. Okay, what do they have? They got... I have enough mana to put Portal Phyrexia. They might bounce my Portal Phyrexia, but that's fine. Karn's terrible. Yeah, you could probably put like Saheeli instead of Karn and get like similar value out of this deck. Because Saheeli creates 2 Thopters. But no wait, Saheeli's 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 blue. Blue-red. My bad. Is it? The one strength of Karn here is he's just colorless. So Virus Beetle you. An Aether Channel you. Damn it. You know what? Ooh, that is... Yeah, you could play a bunch of cards that when they return to the battlefield, they, like, do something annoying. So you could just, like, Portals of Phyrexia, Aetherflux Channeler, Virus Beetle, the Sky Spinneret thing, I think, is honestly one of the more compelling things. Because it works well in a mill deck, and then Portal Phyrexia works well in a mill deck. You just need a good way of ramping them, though. You could have that Golgari elf that people say is bad, which it is bad. And this battlefield kick, sacrifice, creature, bird. I could create a bird, or I could bounce something. My graveyard, I have Gala Greeters. I think we do the Virus Beetle to try and empty their hand. We can play Yurtia Declares War to like destroy stuff. Okay, how can we do this? Because I would like to play both the Bootleggers Stash and the Bootleggers Stash. This functions off this. Oh, it doesn't matter. If I'm planning just to kill something with the OTA declares war. Well, I could just... I could play the first chapter and hope he doesn't bounce it. I probably should kill his Spirited Companion. Because if he can start getting that back and stuff, then we're in a bit of more of a trouble. So if he bounces Dragonspark Reactor, we're actually in a worse position. So we're gonna actually just... You can see Bootleggers Stash, Dragonspark, really crazy. He's got like another turn max before he's dead. Dead to me. And I'm not even like using mana to do this, I just take it up. Next turn it's gonna be plus another 6, it's gonna do 18 damage. We're not gonna do anything here. Don't really want a Dragonspark Reactor being bounced without it doing the damage. This is a case of just playing safe with the Dragonspark. Return creature to its owner's hand. Spirited Companion, draw a card. Respectable. I'm shocked by some of the things people have run into playing with. What the heck? What are the... I like Phyrexian Missionary. It's a decidedly good card. You've seen people playing it online. So what could kill them here? If I can get back an artifact, Virus Beetle does actually work well with this. I'd bounce something. I could just get the lifelink. Lifelink might be worth. We could create a bird. Oh, we could draw a card. We could draw a card. Okay, that's lethal. This has got to be lethal. Unless he has an instant speed bounce spell. In that case, I just kind of need to... I don't know. I don't know how to play around this. $20 damage. Play this for the sake of blowing up their dog. So if you trigger it, I don't think you can do anything. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Can you instantly like bounce that and stop the trigger? But yep, that is the land cannon. That's what I'm gonna call it. The land cannon. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed the deck. Oh wow. This is a shocking reward. Hope you really enjoyed the deck. I think it's a really kind of solid deck in terms of, well, you saw the stats. I wasn't playing ranked. I don't really like playing ranked because usually it's the same thing over and over again. It's can be a bit brutal, but I think this is a fun deck. Maybe you can find success in it in ranked. It's got the removal with the Yotia Declares War, Dragonspark Reactor. Also functions a bit as removal if you have to pop it early. Solid Portal of Phyrexia getting tokened out a little bit, but we also got to see the Bootleggers Stash just like free value off of your lands. Like, it's so cool having, I love combos that involve lands. So like using Bootleggers Stash to create a land or a artifact treasure for every single land you have, gaining life with that for Wurmlet and pumping your Dragonspark. Really, really strong. We can see how just Dragonspark and Bootlegger Stash took over that last game. I'd say Karn is maybe a bit of a meme card. You could probably fit in, I don't know, Visions of Phyrexia or something in here, and it would serve like a similar function of just card advantage and ramp, right? Power stones. So there is a bit of sometimes where you're running into like, oh, I have the excavation, but I don't have enough mana because it's a non-artifact card. So if you could maybe replace Karn with like an artifact card, maybe you'd be better off. I think you could probably slot in like two of the Might Stone and Weak Stone probably pretty well in here because it's a removal on a stick, it's a card draw on a stick. And we also saw that potential for more Portal Phyrexia decks, like actual interesting combos, such as using the Sky Spinneret or like the Virus Beetle. It was really fun at reanimating that, and then also reanimating other ETB creatures like Aetherflux Chandler, I think is the name of the creature, that you can bounce a card, draw a card, um, or create a bird. So I think there's still more fun stuff to do with Brother Wars. So definitely subscribe if you found this video interesting. I'll be making more on this set, and check me out on Twitch where I'm sometimes live, or follow me on Twitch, and have a nice morning, evening, afternoon, day, wherever you are. That's all for now. Ciao.